started. There we go, we appear to be live. Let me just quickly do the blue sky post. In half an hour, we're getting a Nintendo Direct focused on Mario Kart World on Hangout Live for predictions and live reactions starting now. I post the link. Okay, let's not go too big on the bingo board today, because we've only got, it's a 15-minute single game direct, but we can have a little fun with predictions. Hey, Bella Bean, how you doing? Hey, Incompetent Hero, have you missed the Bloom Rage 2 Tape 2 stream? No, I was gonna do it yesterday, and then I didn't. I thought I had set it downloading, and I hadn't, and it was time to stream. So I'm doing it tomorrow night. We're gonna do it Friday night. Stream is gonna be Bloom Rage Tape 2, and then next week we'll get back to 1000 X Resist. So you've not missed Tape 2 of Bloom Rage. We're gonna do it tomorrow night. Did I manage to get a pre-order PAL Region Plays? I did. I managed to sort my wife one from Argos, I think. And I sorted myself one. I got one of the, Nintendo sent me one of those emails where they were like, hey, you played way too much original Switch. You have too many hours on the Switch. Do you want to just come to the front of the queue and pre-order one? I was like, yeah, thank you. Built a bingo. No Silk Song Link in first DLC. Diddy Kong. Oblivion Shadow dropped today on a Mario Kart stream for some reason. Look, I don't think we're getting any DLC, or at the very least we're not hearing about DLC today. Given how the price info has gone down badly, I don't think they dare announce paid DLC today. Train vehicle, I would love to see it. So, there's a limit to how much we can predict for a 15-minute single game direct. But I'm going to start with photograph enemies to add characters. I think the way you unlock more characters is you find, like, NPCs, enemies, etc. around the open world, you photograph them in photo mode, and that's how you unlock them as characters. So you go to the Moo Moo Meadows track in free roam, you photograph a cow from Moo Moo Meadows, that's how you get the cow as a character. So many of the, like, quote-unquote enemies are playable characters. I think that's how the unlock system works. Do you think the USA will get a price increase? I don't think it'll get a price increase at launch. I think Nintendo's going to do everything they can to keep the price what they announced for as long as they can. At the very least, they imported over 1 million Switch 2s into the US before the tariffs kicked off. So I think, like, they're going to try and at least launch it at the price they said. Okay, yeah, other predictions. Let's go with single player campaign mode. I feel like that's why I think that's the main reason we're getting a direct today. There's some kind of ambitious single player mode. Can I play as Monty Mole? That's the important question. That is the important question. How many characters did you get to see at the hands-on event? We can pull up a video if you give me a second. Let me find. I can show you the characters I saw because I have video. Give me one sec. What I want is this video. Here is the best look I got at the character select, while trying to get as much gameplay in as I could and not, like, waiting around too much to see stuff that wasn't gameplay. Talis Alanko, thank you very much for the 33 months of sub. These are the ones that I have footage of. Yeah, I need to talk about the outfits in a minute. These are the characters that were in the demo build that I was able to get footage of. Other characters have been confirmed in other bits of footage, but that's the bits I have to help with. Yeah, what was I gonna... I need to get back in the frame of mind of what I'm predicting. I think... Overworld missions... I think... outfits have abilities. So was it... I think it was Mario Kart Double Dash back in the day? That whatever character you were playing as meant that there was a unique item that item boxes could give you that only your character could get. Was it Double Dash? Might have been Mario Kart 7? There was one of the Mario Karts where, like, whatever character you played as, there was a unique item only that character could get out of item boxes. I wonder if that mechanic's coming back, and this is the reason why we're unlocking so many outfits, and why there's the burger that lets you change outfit mid-race, is that changing your outfit mid-race would change your special ability mid-race? Yeah, I always played Diddy to get the big banana. That's Double Dash, yeah. Mouse-based feature? You know what? I'm gonna say custom track designer, because I think that's the perfect feature for using the mouse, is use the mouse to draw a track of your own that people can race on. Non-Mario DLC character season pass. Again, no... I'm going to put no DLC today. I don't think they announced DLC today before the game is even out, when people have been complaining about the price of it. Like, free DLC, maybe, but no paid. I don't think there's any world in which they talk about paid DLC today. Oh, what do we think? That will get immediately shut down as people will draw Phallic courses immediately. I mean, there's a level creator in Smash Ultimate, and people will make penis-shaped levels and share them on Smash Ultimate. They have a penis detection algorithm. It's not perfect. People can report them if they don't like them. It didn't stop them making player-creatable levels in Smash Ultimate or Mario Maker. So, like, the fact that you could make a penis level isn't going to stop them having a level editor. Exactly, Splatoon has drawings. Non-Mario characters, I don't know. I think... You know what, I'm going to go... Rainbow Road GP. I think there are 4 Rainbow Road tracks, and I think there's a Grand Prix that is just four Rainbow Roads connected to each other. What else do we predict? No Mii's. Interesting. I don't know if I put it on yet, but it's interesting. Oh! 120 FPS mention. The original Switch, the original Switch Direct, Switch 2 Direct, like 2 weeks ago, didn't talk about this game being playable at 120 FPS, because this was the first game they showed in the Direct, and they didn't talk about the 120 FPS screen. They did Mario Kart, then Game Chat, then they talked about game features and announced the 120 FPS screen. I know that this game can do 120 FPS. I played it in handheld mode at 120 FPS at the weekend, but they haven't, like, online anywhere announced that it has 120 FPS mode. They've only announced it in person at hands-on events. So I think, like, they talk about the 120 FPS mode today. I think, like, that's a feature they announced properly today. Accessibility options discussed. I would love to see it. I don't think they do it here today. You know what? I'm gonna put a wild prediction out here. So if you don't know, Game Share is the feature they talked about in the recent Direct, where if one person owns the game, they can share it to another local player, whether they're on a Switch 2 or a Switch 1. Like if you're playing 51 classic games or Mario 3D World, and one person on Switch 2 owns it, they can sort of broadcast it to someone on Switch 1, and as long as you're like playing sat next to each other, you can both play on your own Switches with one copy of the game. I think I'm going to put a random prediction out that that feature is supported for this, so that Switch 1 owners, when they're visiting their Switch 2 friends' houses, can play Mario Kart World, get really into it, and then go, oh, I can't play it at home now because I'm not with my Switch 2 friend. I guess I'll upgrade to a Switch 2 and buy the game. Like, I think that's going to be one of their secret features, is that this is going to have an... Like, we saw it with Mario Kart 7 having download play on the DS. Or Mario Kart DS having download play. You could only play as a Toad, but you could play along too. I think we're going to see that DS download play equivalent for this game. They did say some Switch 2 exclusives were planned. We know the first one is... What's it called? Split Fiction. The Hazelight split-screen co-op game. You can have one Switch 2 owner play it with their Switch 1 friend sat on the sofa next to them on their Switch 1, despite the game not getting a Switch 1 port. Fucking fascinating. Do you think the Switch 2 will be sold out everywhere until Christmas? No. I think that Nintendo deliberately delayed the launch of this system by like 6 months to have enough supply to meet demand. I think this is going to be one of the easier consoles to get your hands on at launch, even without a pre-order, that we've seen in a while. Not because there's not demand for it, but because I think they are trying to outperform the scalpers by just having big stockpiles. Battle mode. Yeah, you know what? I'm happy to put a battle mode space in, which means we've now got... I need 6 more things in the next, like, 15 minutes. A 4x4 is an awkward grid, but we'll work with it. I wonder what they're doing with Mario Kart 8's auto-drifting option automatic controls. If it's going to stay as is, be improved somehow, or get dropped for inexplicable reasons. I know it's still in there, because, give me a second, I can show you evidence that the auto-steer accessibility feature still exists. Here is me playing at the weekend. And if I pause at the right moment, you can see the little antenna on the back of Toad's motorcycle with the little circle around it. That's the antenna for auto steer. You couldn't turn it off in the demo. It was on as mandatory because they had people who they don't know how gaming literate they are at the event. But yeah, that auto steer or steering assist is still in there. I don't like it myself, but it ended up being the key to get my girlfriend to play Mario Kart with me, so I'm glad it's in there. Yeah, I don't play with it, but it's still in there. It's there as a feature, which is cool. Did Switch 2 feel bigger than Switch 1? I mean, yeah, it's bigger. It felt the same thickness and the same sort of weight, just taller and wider. Hey, everyone. I don't think it'll be worth $80 for standard version. Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, an $80 for standard version, but... Yeah, new... Yeah, new... ups. Do you think they'll address the non-Mario character DLC thing? Like Isabelle, Villager, Link, and other Nintendo characters will be made available in a later update? If they're paid, I don't think so. If they're paid DLC, I don't think we hear anything about that today. I don't think they want to say anything about paid DLC when the initial price of the game has kind of gone over a little poorly. Did that warp pipe you found move you across the map or to a new area. Heard theories those could lead to Rainbow Road. It took me to a new... It took me somewhere new within the same rough area of the map. I didn't get a great chance to explore after popping out of it before I got thrown into the knockout mode. I don't have a great answer for you. Ooh, yeah, you know what? Mobile app features. Like Zelda, there's gonna be some kind of mobile app features, second screen. I don't feel like there's gonna be a non-Nintendo character at launch, a non-Mario character at launch. I think it's all gonna be about Mario characters that are usually in the background. I think you're gonna photograph them to add them to your roster, and it's gonna be exploring the underexplored elements of the Mario roster, like the Moo Moo Meadows cow. Live service style seasonal events. I don't know where I land on that. I don't know if they take time to dedicatedly demo the new chat system. Maybe. What if? You know what, let's take a random stab. There's gonna be enough of a single player mode that there's gonna be like story cutscenes. There you go, I'm taking a wild swing, story cutscenes. Yeah, the fact that like they showed it off for a good 10 minutes during the Switch 2 Direct, showed off like 40 minutes of gameplay during the Treehouse live streams, and still have enough for a 15-minute Direct tells me there's some big feature we haven't seen yet. I wonder how new Kart unlocks work. In Mario Kart 8, it was based off coins collected in total. I feel like there's going to be something like that, or like go do missions for a currency that unlocks you new karts. We're gonna put like 2 more things on here in the next 10 minutes. Does Mario Kart 8 have a story mode? I'm gonna predict so. Nothing's been announced, but I think we get I think there's gonna be some kind of a story mode. What do I think? What do I think? You know what? I am going to put Mii's. I think the story mode, you're going to play as a Mii. I think being a Mii is going to show up in this Direct. There we go. What does the Forza Star Rewind look like to other players in a shared world? I don't know the answer to that, because I only played Forza Horizon, like, as a purely single-player game. I don't know what that rewind feature looks like to other people. Happy for a place to watch the Direct with the chat that's not complete chaos. Hell yeah, Rototo. We're pretty chill over here. We're pretty calm and gentle. Ooh, amiibo support. Okay, that's a very safe final space. I think I'm going to keep it to a 4x4 today. I think there's not just amiibo support. I think we're going to see new amiibo of some of the characters, like Punk Outfit Waluigi or whatever. I'm pretty happy with this bingo board right now. If we're going to add anything else, we'll take something else off to do it. I want to say Cow Amiibo, but I don't think I don't think they predicted the cow would be as loved as it was, and I don't think 2 weeks is long enough for them to pivot to making a cow. I think the cow amiibo would be the would be the best amiibo for them to make. But I don't think they could have known that fast enough to turn it around. Ooh, new Donkey Kong design amiibo. That feels likely, actually, given that we've got a new DK game coming out like a month later. I don't know, they highlighted the cow front and center. I mean, they highlighted the cow front and center as much as they highlighted the spiky cactus character front and center. We feel like they highlighted the cow more front and center than anything else because it's the one we remember and that we liked. There were several characters given just as much prominence that we just didn't care about. The Pokey, yeah. Have they actually named the cow yet? I don't remember. Maybe announce they're making amiibos for all characters like they did in Smash. I don't think so, but I would kind of love to see it. The cow is called Whitney. Is that correct? I'm gonna say there's gonna be a brand new character along the lines of something like Wario or Waluigi. Wah Peach. Wah Wazy. Wah Daisy. Sorry, yeah, you were joking about the Pokemon trainer in Gold and Silver. I don't know, you said the cow's name was Whitney, and that was like a very believable thing. I had no reason to doubt that a cow would be called Whitney. Ooh, no mirror mode is an interesting thought. You know what? I'm gonna take something off this list. New power-ups I think is too easy, it's too predictable. I'm gonna put on... I've forgotten what it was I was gonna put. 200cc is currently the highest they offer, correct? 250cc. A new, even faster mode. I think it would be ridiculous, but I kind of want to see it. I'm putting it on. I know it's a silly space and it's not going to happen, but... do we do mirror mode? Do we predict mirror mode? What would I take off to put mirror mode on? Rainbow Road Grand Prix. Yeah, maybe we take that off and put... Mode. Flips. Whole. There's a mirror mode and it flips the entire map. I think it'd be ridiculous, and that's kind of why I want to see it. I'm not doing a sensible bingo. I'm following my heart on this bingo. Do we think they'll make licensed cars again? Weren't there BMWs in a prior game? Yeah, the Wii U version of 8 had a BMW, I think. Again, given how the price has gone over, I don't think they do that. I don't think they put advertising into the game when people think the game is overpriced. Or some people have complained that they feel it's overpriced. Give it like another minute or so. But I'm feeling pretty ready. Do we have weather/seasons confirmed? We have weather confirmed. And that weather might change, like, the track conditions. I don't know if seasons are confirmed. If they do crossover content DLC, do you think it'll be limited to EPD franchises, Assassin's Creed, Splatoon, Zelda, ARMS, Pikmin, plus maybe Kirby, or go further, Fire Emblem, Xenoblade, Pokemon? I think if they were going to go further, if they were going to do, like, Xenoblade, Pokemon, etc., I think they would have done it at launch. I think they would have gone the Smash Ultimate route. Part of its initial reveal would have been, here's Mario racing alongside fucking Ridley or whatever. I think if they didn't, if they were gonna do that, They would have made that part of the gimmick of the game. I don't think that's like a sneaky thing you slide in later. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't expect Kirby to be in the game, even if there is DLC non-Mario characters. Again, purely because of Air Ride coming out this year. They don't want to conflict. You know what? I'm gonna randomize this bingo card, and we're gonna screenshot it. This is our bingo card. Give me a second. I'm gonna go put it into paint. I went for it. I committed. We've got like 3 minutes until the thing starts anyway, so I might as well just get a bingo card ready, and then I will pop it on screen and we'll have a look at it in a second. Here we go. So, Amiibo announced, custom track designer, outfits have abilities, single player, campaign mode, mobile app features, photograph enemies to add characters, burgers explained 250cc, cutscenes, Mii's, 120 FPS, no paid DLC today, game share support, mirror mode, flips whole map, battle mode, overworld missions. I think the diagonal of Amiibo, photograph enemies to add characters, 120 FPS, and overworld missions, I think that's a doable. The other diagonal, game share, support, Mii's, burgers explained, single player campaign mode, feels reasonable. Outfits have abilities, burgers explained, 120 FPS battle mode feels doable. Single player campaign, 250cc, probably not. Well, we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes until this kicks off. And then I'm going to be back in like 4 hours for the Playdate Season 2 Direct. This tiny little console with the crank on the side is getting Season 2 of weekly game releases, and we're getting info on that at 6 PM UK today, so I'm going to be around for that. I understand what you mean by burgers explained, but also that sure is a phrase, right? This event is 15 minutes, this Direct. Yeah, Playdate Season 2 is coming, and we're getting info on it today, so I'm excited for that. I don't know how long that event is. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the, my Mario music when we get to, like, the 30-second point. New shell items, a blue shell that targets top 3. There's at least one new shell item I encountered, when playing at the weekend. A gold shell. From what I can tell, it targets the person in front of you, but on its way to them, it leaves a trail of coins. So you can collect a trail of coins left in the wake of... It's like a red shell, but it leaves coins on the way. When did they last announce a new amiibo? 2 weeks ago at the Switch 2 reveal, they announced amiibo for Street Fighter 6, for Luke, Ryu, and I forget her name. Luke, Jamie, Kimberly, and the 4 new champions all got amiibo figurines. Okay, yeah, let's turn off the Mario Kart 8 music and put this sound down for this. Minoru's also getting a figure later this year. Yeah. Yes, they also did amiibo cards for Street Fighter 6. Yeah, okay, 10 seconds. Let's go. And while this is happening, I'm going to get my stuff set up ready for ticking off the bingo card.
Peggy 3.
Hopefully this is a good volume. I'll actually check I'm on 4K. Yeah, I'm on 4K, at least on my end.
Start your engines.
God, this game looks so good on the actual handheld.
Available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. What kind of races await you? In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand Prix. But why stop there? Across cities, plains, a desert, and even the ocean. You can drive virtually everywhere in this fully interconnected world. Races are held on courses scattered throughout various regions that span this world. And
The
you
draw
can
distances
freely
are
drive
so
between them.
nice.
There's a lot in store, and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting for you. Here we go!
The cow is so good.
Courses are found throughout the world, inspired by their surrounding region. Let's take a look at some of the new courses to explore.
I do like the amount of track
Ride
variety
the
they've got
ridges and
going
roads
on.
on Mario Brothers Circuit. And cruise the curves around the canyon. You can't miss it. See the sights and stylish structures of Crown City. You can even soar in style down Main Street.
I got to play this track. This is one of the ones I
Drift along
tried.
the rapid waterways of Salty
Got to try
Salty
this one
Speedway
as well.
and make a splash around the city's canals. Stay cool in the snowy trails of Starview Peak. Just don't slip off while soaking
Or
up
will
the
you
scenery.
speedrun this? I'm not sure what speedrunning would look like for this game.
Spirited showing at the ghostly movie theater Boo Cinema. It's a whole
Oh, I got
new
to play
kind
the
of drive-in
spooky
theater.
cinema level as well. With the sepia
And
tone as you
in
jump into the
addition to
screen.
Lots of new courses. There's Toad's Factory, Peach Beach, Wario's Galleon, and more. Nostalgic courses from past titles.
Yeah,
are also
Vampire
here,
Waluigi
but
is
now
pretty
they're
cool.
Reimagined and spread throughout the world, where races can happen during the day or at night.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Punk Waluigi. Punk
Race
Waluigi
as
is
familiar characters
pretty
like
cool.
Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi.
Yeah, explain these outfits
Plus
to us.
new drivers like Goomba,
Goomba.
Spike,
Spike,
and
fuck yeah.
that's right, Cow.
Okay, they know people are into
Even
cow.
more new racers are waiting and ready
Yeah,
to
and,
roll.
oh, there's Monty Mole for whoever
Select
was
your
asking about
character.
Monty Mole.
Choose your vehicle, then you're off to the races. Characters and vehicles each have different stats, so make sure to find the combo that best suits you.
Oh, you're right, that's not
There
Monty
are
Mole,
two
is
main
it?
styles
It's,
of race revving up in this world: Grand Prix and Knockout Tour.
I did get to try both of these.
In both
Knockout Tour
modes,
is
up to
my favorite
24
one.
drivers can participate.
Yeah, it doesn't
Most
seem
in
like
series
customizable
history.
parts are a thing anymore, yeah.
Your rivals aren't the only hazards you'll need to avoid on the road. Look out for cars
Yeah, I'm
that
fine
shoot
with that.
bullet bills, attacks from Hammer Brothers, and other obstacles along the way. Try to steer clear. And now, get ready for Grand Prix with Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, and more. Grand Prix races are held all around the game's world. You'll race through 4 different courses in each cup and aim for the top spot.
Knockout mode is kind of like
In
F-Zero
Mushroom Cup,
99.
you'll start
It's
off racing
the...
around Mario Brothers Circuit.
Every time there's a checkpoint, you got to be in the front X number of people or you get kicked out,
while the
Battle
second
Royale
race will take you
style.
from Mario Brothers Circuit to Crown City. For the first time,
It does
you'll
seem
need to
like that
drive
Yoshi
yourself
did
to
eat
the
a power
next
up with
course
its
in
tongue, and
Grand
I don't know
Prix.
what that means.
So keep your eyes on the road.
See, I think characters have abilities, and outfits have abilities.
And if you conquer
Ooh.
all Grand Prix cups, rumor has it that a certain colorful course will appear.
Okay, you gotta beat all of the cups, and that's how you get Rainbow Road.
Next
Cool,
up
yeah.
is a new mode, Knockout Tour. From Golden Rally to Ice Rally and more. These extended races take you from one end of the world to the other.
Yeah, the knockout course, it's like 15 to
ready
20
for a
minutes
sprint.
of no pauses,
But
just
you've
go.
got to place if you want to stay in the race.
And you gotta keep staying in, like, the front X% of
Speed towards
races.
checkpoints throughout the world. If you don't make the cut, you're out of the running.
This is my
Buckle
preferred
up.
way to play
The
this.
competition gets
This
more
is the mode
intense
that
as
I
you
got really
close
hooked
in
on
the
at the
checkpoint.
hands-on.
You've got to drive to survive in Knockout Tour. So keep your eyes on the prize and aim for first place.
It was tense consistently, but like it always felt like getting into first was achievable. It never felt impossible.
Items can drastically change the outcome of a race.
I assume you can play
Here are
Knockout
some
Tour
new
offline,
items that'll help you out.
either against
Coin shell.
NPCs
When you throw a
or
coin shell,
I guess local
coins will
friends.
appear.
I would
Now's
imagine.
your chance to grab them.
Oh yeah, there's the
Just
I
don't
told
let
you
your
about this a
rivals
minute ago. The
cash in
the coin shell,
Ice
golden
flower.
shell. Yes,
With the
this
ice
fires
flower,
ice,
You can freeze out rivals and send
ice
them spinning.
projectiles.
Hammer. Aim the hammer in an arc and nailed it. Hammers also
Oh, just the
stay on
game. Yeah, the
course
game
for
can
a
be
short
played
time
offline. The
and
game
can be
has
used to
offline
block
content.
off
Yeah.
rivals. Mega Mushroom.
Oh, the Mega
With
Mushroom's
the Mega
fun.
Mushroom, go big, so your rivals will go
You
home.
squash everyone, no one hurts you, you're
Feather.
invincible.
Use the feather to jump up and avoid attacks. You may even discover some unexpected routes.
Oh, I like that.
Comet. With Comet's
Oh, yeah.
magic, your rivals will transform. What other mysterious effects will happen?
Yeah,
We'll
what
have to
did
see
this
for
achieve? I did this once during the
The
hands-on
lower
and I
your
couldn't work
placement,
out what
the
that
more
did.
likely you are to find items that'll turn the tables. So when you get items, go for it. And if you're new to the Mario Kart series, there are added support features to help you along the way.
Okay, yeah. This is the sort of assist Oh!
These include
Auto item use, tilt
smart
controls.
steering, which helps you
Also, we're like
stay on the
halfway
course.
through this already.
Tilt controls, where you can hold a Joy-Con 2 controller horizontally and use motion controls to steer. And if you have the Joy-Con 2 wheel, you can feel like you're really driving.
Like I'm really driving.
Ooh, how about a quick break? A snack sounds good right about now. Hey, look, it's a drive-through.
Okay, yeah, explain to me what the burger do.
Here at Yoshi's, you can grab an order to go. Dash food. Take a bite and you can unlock outfits inspired by your meal. Eat
Oh.
some sushi and whoa, nice threads.
Okay, so this is purely to unlock
Once
the new
unlocked,
outfits.
these outfits can be selected. from the
Okay,
character
so you
selection
get
screen.
you pick up a burger, you unlock a new outfit
Who knows what dishes
that you could
or
pick as your
outfits you'll
permanent
find.
outfit in a
Make a
future
pit stop
race.
and
Okay.
check out these drive-thrus all around the world.
If you're
That was a
doing
nice
well
detour.
enough in a race that you can
Now
afford to
let's
take
get
a second
back
to
to the
grab
action.
one.
Let's introduce some new tricks.
For
that'll
Dracula,
help
do
you
we
ace
grab a
each
bag of
race.
blood at a hospital?
Charge jump.
Oh yeah,
You can
I
now
learned
use
about
a
this.
charge jump by holding the drift
You can
button
do a
while
jump
riding
without
straight
drifting
ahead.
now.
Charge up and release to jump.
So you can do like
Use
tricks
this
on a
to leap
straightaway.
over obstacles.
Oh, didn't know you could bounce off the
Grind
top
along
of
power lines.
a car with it. I did know you could use
And
it to get
dodge
into
attacks from your rivals.
grinding.
And if you jump toward a wall, you can wall ride for a short period of time.
Focus on Me Play says, don't care for the fact that costumes take up a new character slot. Do they
Pull some
though?
tricks together, and you may
This
even reach
seems
places
like this game's gonna have like 5
Ah,
times as
so
many
close.
characters
Almost there.
as the previous
Whenever
game.
this happens, be
Uh,
kind and rewind.
Rewind is a
This
feature.
will
Fuck.
return your vehicle
Oh,
to its
that's
original position.
oh, that's cool. We're doing the Forza Horizon Rewind.
Nice.
I was gonna say, it's not like it's taking away character slots. It's just
out how to best approach a course.
making it a character slot.
Keep
It's
in
not like
mind,
if they
though,
didn't
your
make.
rivals will
if they
still
didn't
move
use a
normally
character
when
slot
you
for that.
rewind, so don't
Oh.
lose your lead.
Oh, that's fascinating. Oh,
Want to take a spin?
you can
in even
rewind,
more
but the race
races?
keeps moving forward.
In time trials, it's
Oh.
you against the clock.
Sorry, I know that we're watching
you
this
can
live,
race
but fuck it.
without
I
any
need
other
to rewind and take in that rewind section. So we're gonna be not quite live for like just a second.
Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind. This will return your vehicle to its original position.
Yeah, you know what this is this is going to be important for? It's less the races. It's going to be really important for free roam. If you spotted a really cool hidden secret and you missed the jump and you make a huge fucking fall, that's where it's going to be useful. Self-controlled
Nice,
Lakitu?
made it. This can come in handy when mapping out how to best approach a course.
Okay, yeah, that's great for, like, in single player, trying to learn how to do a shortcut, and you don't want to have to do a whole new lap before you can retry doing the shortcut. You can practice that one trick to make that one shortcut jump you're trying to do over and over. Okay.
Keep in mind, though, your rivals will still move normally when you rewind, so don't lose your lead.
Okay, yeah, it's for single-player races and free roam. Yeah, so this is not designed for online multiplayer, obviously. This is designed for, I'm trying to learn this one bit of the track properly.
In time trials, it's you against
Yeah,
the
time
clock.
trials.
Here you can race without any other competitors. And if you go online, you can download and compete against ghost data from racers around the world.
Okay, what else we got?
Customize the rules of the road in Versus Race. You can use the classic rule set of running 3 laps within the same course, or you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another. You can
Okay,
even
so
take
you
the
can make
road
your
class
own
travel
route
and
between
choose routes
tracks.
that aren't in Grand Prix or Knockout Tour.
Okay, you can make your own this from here to here to here to here.
Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams.
Oh, that's cool.
Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal. Next up, battle mode.
Okay, battle
You
mode.
can pop off in balloon battle, where you use items to burst your rivals' balloons.
We are way closer to the end
And
of this than
coin
we thought we
runners,
were.
where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins.
I assume you can race against
or
your
battle,
friends.
Enjoy whatever drives
Ghost
you.
data. Free roam. Is there going to be like mission stuff
When
to
you're
find?
not racing, you can enjoy free roam and go wherever your heart takes you.
Yeah, what
No
what
roads,
is
no
what is
problem.
the objective here in free roam?
Ride the
Like,
rivers.
what is there to find in free roam?
See the seas, drive the desert, or jump off from way up here. You can go wherever you like, even to the edges of the world.
Yeah, I agree. I was expecting this to be more about new
Hey,
features
there's a
specific
P-switch
to
over
this
there.
game. Ooh.
Hit P-switches you find across the world to start missions.
Okay, he switches his missions.
By completing them, you can hone your driving ability outside of races.
Do I unlock anything for
There
these
are
missions?
also hidden coins,
Okay, yeah. Collectibles,
hidden
missions.
panels, and more. So take the scenic route and explore.
Okay, so there is stuff in
Also,
single player to
during free roam,
incentivize.
you can take photos whenever you like. Strike a pose.
Is this going to add
Look
Bullet
at the
Bill as a
camera.
character?
Choose a frame to decorate.
Oh, that's
and
nice, like,
Nice.
customizability.
That one's a winner.
Come on, confirm to me that this is how you get new characters is photo mode.
If one person has Mario Kart World, up to 4 players can race in split screen on the same console.
Oh, that frame rate's definitely a little lower.
The game also
In 4
supports
player.
local wireless play. Up to 8 players, with up to 2 players on each console, can race together this way.
Would they have Bullet Bill as a character and an item? Yeah, good question.
And up to 24 players from around the world can join a race or battle in online play.
Yeah, a lot more of this than I expected is just... Here is explaining the features the Mario Kart series has always had.
This may look like free roam, But this is where you'll wait while your friends join you.
Okay, it is free roam though. Free roam though.
Looks
When you're waiting for your friends to to matchmake with people
Yep.
online,
You can meet up with your crew anywhere.
you
in
do
this
free
world.
roam.
By checking the map, you can quickly see where your friends are and travel to their location. Battle or race with custom rules. Or just go for a ride together. Make this road trip your own.
Given that this was getting
You
its
can
own
also take photos together along the way.
dedicated
if that's more
direct,
your
I
speed.
really thought that was going to be like a single player mode they were waiting to talk about. Even more fun with game chat. Yeah, of course we were going to talk about
With
game chat.
enjoy an expanded experience by talking online with friends. Use the built-in microphone to voice chat while driving together.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Check this out. Nice. Are you kidding me?
Or take a back seat and watch each other's game screens. If you have a Nintendo Switch 2 camera,
Look, having played Mario
you can
Kart
enjoy
World
seeing your friends'
at
reactions
the
while playing
hands-on
together.
thing this past weekend, playing it made me want to play it, made me
Who's
want to
close
own it
by?
and play it. Watching this has made me go,
Wait,
I feel
just
largely the
past me.
same as I did
You'll be able to tell
a couple of days ago.
Hey, Michelle. And
Knockout mode seems very
Bullseye.
cool. I do like the
And when
spinning.
playing together in person
the spinning
on the same
face.
console, a single camera can detect up to 4 people's faces. Enjoy the view.
What, you don't
and
want
get ready
everyone's
to
profile
face off
pics?
with your friends.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to sell or unsell anyone who was or was not interested. Can you play with your friends if your shirts aren't all different colours? Well, of course your shirts will all be different colours. How else will the viewer know which Power Ranger you transform into secretly? Doesn't every friend group colour coordinate their outfits so that if they ever get the opportunity to become Power
Transcontinental race
Rangers,
around the
they'll
world
already know
is
which
just
colour
around
they
the
got
corner
dibs
in
on?
Mario Kart World, available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. A hardware bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World will also be available.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Well, here was our bingo card. No amiibo were announced, no custom track designer. Outfits don't seem to have abilities. Nothing I'd really call a single-player campaign mode, no mobile app features. Photograph enemies to add characters I still think is a thing, but no. 120 FPS, it's a thing. I don't know why they're not talking about it. Announce that there's 120 FPS mode, that's really cool. They've only mentioned it in person at hands-on events. They've not mentioned it anywhere online, and that's weird. Mies, cutscenes, game shares, support. Mirror mode flips the whole map. Okay, the important questions. Jeffrey says, can you become a Power Ranger if you don't wear different colours, or is wearing different colours like a uniform once Zordon recruits you? So, every time that a Power Rangers team has been recruited by Zordon, or whoever it is in future series, they're already wearing colour-coded different colour outfits before they get recruited by Zordon. So my understanding is, Zordon goes, find me a group of people who can be Power Rangers. Preferably, they'll all already have a favourite colour, so that I don't have to settle fights about who gets which colour transformation. I think he's looking for colour-coded groups of friends already. That would be my understanding. Amanda Volt says, the versus mode stuff was nice to see because I was really curious how the open world was going to affect versus mode, which is primarily how I play. Having played it, all this told me was, I'm still looking forward to knockout mode. And 120 FPS on that handheld screen still looks really nice. Yeah, I think part of the issue about talking about 120 FPS on a stream is that people are probably not watching the stream at 120 FPS. Yeah, but that didn't stop them talking about how Metroid Prime 4 has 120 FPS mode. Like, it's a bullet point that you'd think you'd want to have out there as like an advertising feature. Not everyone's gonna give a shit about it, but like, the kind of person who tunes in on a random Thursday afternoon to a Mario Kart Direct is the kind of person who'll go, "Oh, I've heard of frame rates, probably." What's the exploration for? Is there stuff to do outside of collecting 1,000,000,000 coins? Does that lead to anything? They were very unclear. There's missions, and there's collectibles, like, so they picked up a peach coin, they did, like, a mission involving blue coins, they found a question mark block, but they didn't really show us, like, to what end you were doing the open world exploration stuff. It showed, like, ooh, hop between these rails and collect the coins before the time runs out, but not, like, what you did with the reward that you got from that. There we go. I think the customers being aware of and thinking about technical things such as frame rate makes Nintendo uncomfortable. Like, they know they're going to let them down at some point in that regard. Yeah, but again, they announced it for Metroid Prime. They announced it as a core system feature. Like, why bother announcing it's 120 FPS screen if you're not going to go, and this game supports 120 FPS mode? That's, like, they had 15 minutes, and they didn't want to go, hey, that cool high frame rate feature we announced for the system, this game does it. Lex says, is it just me, or did it feel like this direct was kind of pointless because I felt like it's everything we already knew? Like, there's definitely a few new things in here, but, like, yeah, to me, them announcing this direct suggested there was some big thing we didn't yet know about the game. That, like, this was going to be the focus of this. It set up expectations, like, oh, in 2 weeks we're doing a dedicated direct for this game. And you think about, like, previous times they've done dedicated directs for games. The Smash Ultimate Direct is the one I always think about, where I'm like, oh, I came away from that knowing considerably more about what made that version of Smash Bros. Unique and different. You had Sakurai talking about, like, the differences in how shield cancel mechanics work and stuff like that. Really, like, granular, nitty-gritty stuff. That's kind of what I expect out of a dedicated direct for a single game, is that you're going to get really in the weeds on, like, the nerdy specifics about that game. I think they want to keep the marketing for Mario Kart more accessible to kids. Yeah, but you know what was accessible marketing to kids for Mario Kart? The 10 minutes of the Switch 2 direct that they dedicated to Mario Kart was very... Yeah, this is one of those... It's one of the more aimless single game directs they've done in a while. I don't remember the last time they did a single game direct that felt so... This didn't need to be here. Do you want to go back and pause on the menu that had the control and accessibility options? Yeah, let's go back and see if there was anything else on there. I wish that the rewind feature was more like the one in Forza Horizon, where in single player, the other opponents would also rewind with you. Because that's what I thought initially it was going to be, was your Forza Horizon style, you rewind and all the competitors rewind, and you, like, can give it another stab. Yeah, charge jump.
So close. Almost there.
Where was that?
You can wall ride for a short period of time.
Is it here?
Chain some tricks together, and you may even reach places like so close. Almost there. Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind. This will return your vehicle to its original position.
I do like this for being able to
Nice,
practice,
made it.
like, combo
This
tricks.
can come in handy when mapping out how to best. Your rivals will still move. Here you can race.
Oh, was it earlier than this for that assist menu?
Grind along power lines.
Lex says it seems pointless if the competitors don't rewind in single player. It seems more like it's, I want to try a really difficult trick to get to a hard to reach area. I missed the jump. I don't want to do a whole nother lap before I get another chance to practice that jump. Fuck it, I'll rewind, practice, rewind, practice, rewind, practice. I'm gonna try seeing if I can spot them. Oh, yeah, it was here.
Along the way.
Smart steering, auto accelerate, auto item use, tilt controls. Okay.
These include smart steering.
How do you do the left to right dodge? To my understanding, you hold down the button as if you were going to drift, but don't start doing a direction. That allows you to charge up a jump on a straightaway. If you then let go of the drift button, you do a jump straight up in the air. If you then very quickly left or right the analog stick, you'll do a sideways dodge hop mid-jump. Yeah, auto item use is new. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave this here. I don't think we need to dig any further into this. I will be back at 6 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 10 a.m. No, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That's it. I'll be back in like 3.5 hours for the Playdate Season 2 reveal presentation. For anyone that happens to own a Playdate, the little indie system with a crank on the side, we're learning about Season 2 of game releases for this. The next batch of Have a Game Every Week releases, I will be back to watch that later. I'm gonna bugger off and get on with some other work for a bit, because I've got some game reviews to be working on. I got review codes that have shown up for things. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed.